swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Huskers will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. To Brown. Oh, he's got some space. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
This running back in the Miami backfield is deadly because of his speed. He's so elusive. You get the feeling like he could score any single time he has the ball. He gives the offense a lot of balance, but he gives them that home run ability, too.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Let's take a minute and talk about Miami. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David.
Oh, baller. And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size-speed combination.
Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line. Guys, let's look big picture Miami. A big-name running back, always a great get in the recruiting world. 4-star running back they got last week. Seems as if he'll fit in nicely here.
Oh, he's going to be a great fit. I mean, when you get a great player like that, the whole fan base gets jacked up. You see it all over social media, and it starts to build some momentum in your recruiting class.
He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Well, a field goal kicker can step away from the net and go sit down, grab some water. They're not going to need him just quite yet. That was a great play call. Throwing the ball on 3rd and short in field goal range. They get the completion, now setting up 1st and goal.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. It's complete to the left. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Wide receiver comes in motion. Makes the grab. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes!
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll try the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Got it in the middle. It's Johnson. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense. 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
To throw, it's Raiola. Wide open downfield. Powers through. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
And a play like that, that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
Looking deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Looked to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. And if that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
Tries to do it himself on the draw.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Let's go! Let's go! Ready, go. From the gun, wants to pass. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
Bottled him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking for a man, it's Mendoza. Going for the big play. Pulls it in on the left. He's loose. The 20. He's at the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Miami!
And I love the play call. Oftentimes offensively, you like to throw the football deep down on your own end and take shots because you're anticipating man coverage. So if you get a receiver that can get behind the defense, that has a chance to be a home run type play, and you saw it work out exactly that way right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Washington is in major trouble today. The folks out there in Seattle are heading for the exits with more determination than a Marshawn Lynch touchdown run. They're trailing by 14 to Illinois. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They send the tight end in motion. Hand off from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Raiola. Pulls it in. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And Jesse, you have a slot receiver like this. He can create matchup nightmares for a defense.
No doubt about it, Reese. And him and this quarterback, they really are on the same page. He's so deliberate with his route running. The quarterback knows exactly where he's going to be and when he's going to be there. And that's why they're so tough to stop.
Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Hunter. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. The Cornhuskers will have it 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man, making that.
There he goes. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. And when they play physical, they've got great teams.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Got it set up on the outside. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. And the Canes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. Rush is on him. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Makes the grab. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Good, right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Snap it to the back. Got room to work. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
That's a great-looking run there. Nebraska has had such a great lineage at running back. When you think back to the great Roger Craig or Amon Green, Lawrence Phillips, or Rex Burkhead, they always seem to be pumping somebody up into the NFL. This guy has a chance to play on Sunday because of his skills.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking downfield. It's Raiola. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
And after the big play to start the drive, now 2 straight incompletions, and they need to find a way on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man to the left. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Gets it out fast. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Intercepted. A 1st half turnover can swing momentum. He'll try to take it back. The 40. Past the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Hurricanes! And what a turn of events as this defense gets to pick 6. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. Look, a lot of time left, but there's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And they tacked on the extra point.
Nebraska, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Scanning the field, it's Raiola. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Flips it out on the screen. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's complete to the right. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Huskers in the hurry-up. To the air on first down. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Huskers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Fires complete on the crosser. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
And as the clock runs out here in the second quarter, this offense happy with the lead it has built, and they'll go to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Hurricanes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Motion from the wideout. They'll open the second half with a run.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Cornhuskers can really attack on this 2nd and short. The pitch to the left. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
The Huskers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Quickly complete. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. And the Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Let's go. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there, and how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
3rd down play from the gun. Snagged out of the air. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Cornhuskers are rolling down the field. Here we go. They'll leave it with him. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
He's got it. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Give to the running back. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
In the final period with a 3rd down play. Direct snap. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the 4th quarter you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Leaves it with the running back. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Buys a little time. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And they get him again. This has not been the day we expected. This young man, we expect great things. Like, he is one of the better players in college football. You think he'd come out, put on a show, but this defense has had his number all game long.
To the air, it's Raiola. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that.
Turns on the Jets. Inside the... And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. USC is on the wrong end of a steel-toed boot today. This is one of those performances we simply don't see from the men of Troy. Embarrassing. They're trailing by 22 to Michigan. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
The Huskers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short.
Base, 27, jump.
Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. And the quarterback takes a knee. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
Yeah, and you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day,